All right, welcome back to the Planet Paintball podcast, brought to you by 1023 Sportswear and Southwest Paintball in Bayfield, Colorado, which for some reason the season's still going out there because we don't have snow. But go out and say hi to John. I got Roadies Paintball with me today. How you doing, man?
Dude, absolutely blessed to be here. Thank you so much for entertaining an absolute clown like myself on a platform like this. Dude, it's just a great day. It's a great day.
Well, you have you're a fixture in the Southeast at this point, man. So congratulations. It helps to have dudes like Hanson around who are full of a good time, right? But why don't we start at the beginning? Like, how did you find this thing?
So paintball, like, I'm not as generic as everybody. Like, oh, I went to a birthday party. My dad came home with an A5, and I said that's the coolest thing ever. And he's like, nah, you're not cool enough for this. And I was like, oh yeah, I am. And he's like, all right, well, if I shoot you with this and you don't cry, you can come play with me. I was about maybe 10 years old, got caught right in the neck and weeped like a baby. And so about 2 years later, I got tough enough to go with him on a regular, and just been hooked ever since.
Nice. So when did it become like a thing, a competition thing?
No, that's a great question. So like Roadie started out as my way of getting people to the local field. It was never meant to be a team. It was my way of saying like, I'm tired of going to the field and there's like three people there. Like that
Hmm.
stinks. But if I make a social media platform and give the illusion of like, hey, there's this big group and eventually more and more people come because it's like, I'm a maybe. Well, if 20 other people are a maybe, that's at least 13 yeses, and having
Yeah.
13 bodies at the field is a lot better. So I would just make a bunch of little posts and memes on Instagram because I love Instagram. It's the elite tier social media. Facebook is gross, except for the BSTs. That's one love there. And yeah, it just bloomed from there. I got to meet so many amazing people, and where I was initially going for a media only with like memes and interviews, I met the right people and was semi competitive enough to play. And like, here we are, an amazing 10-man squad.
Yeah. Yeah. Just won the last ICPL.
Yeah. And that was
Dethroned our
so
carnival,
cool.
which was hard, right?
Yeah. And like that said, it's like, I love those guys and they were amazing sparring partners. And, earlier in that event, they popped us in the mouth. And that was like the first time we really got to play a field that wasn't a bunch of trenches against them. So it was like good to know like where we stood with those guys. And we just hunkered down and did what we do best, and messed around and end up with one of these.
There you go, the belt. So, are you guys going to be forced into the pros, or are you
Oh no,
taking a
that's
pro
the best
spot in the
part.
ICPL?
If we don't have to, they have to. It's because we
Okay.
didn't win the series, they won the series. So it's kind of like Tampa Bay Damage winning the World Cup. It's like, hey, everybody remembers this. We don't have to have all the headaches that comes with winning a series title. Which shout out to I think it one. So love those guys, Scott
Yeah.
Stewart and all them amazing individuals.
Yeah, they are by all accounts like a great group of dudes for sure. What drew you into the 10 man, I guess? Like, what about mechanical paintball drew you in?
So like I didn't even know mechanical was a thing until I went to the local 19, and it's insane paintball. You had Jared on here, and at the time he was strictly like, hey, it's 5-5 mech only at these fields. Like we don't allow NXL ramping. And the way or the reason he was doing that is because some goober goes out there with a mini and just blasts everybody off the box. Like that sucks. And so I was like, I gotta hear his side of it. And so I had a 2 hour conversation before even meeting the guy in person. And he just like really hammered home the cool idea of mechanical. And then, at the time this was 2020. So you could buy an EMEC off the marketplace for like $200 all pimped out. And I
Yeah,
did that. And like having a EMEC in your hand, it's like you fall in love. It's so good. And it was game over after that.
nice. And then obviously, like, you got Blue Ridge around you. Insane is where the club's out of, and just have like a ton of like mechanical in that environment. You think that's because of the field and how he has it designed?
I would argue it's a little bit that, selfishly, a little bit us, because there were like really impressive mechanical teams already in the area. I mean, you have guys from Misfit, guys from Adrenaline. bigger wolves. A lot of those cats were semi local. But it just kind of goes back to that Roadies thing where like someone shows up at the GF. I was like, hey, go grab this mini or go grab this EMAC. Like, come and play this. Hey, stop playing all these points on airball. I'm like, go on the hyperball. Like, let's go around run the woods. And then it just slowly leached itself out. And then David Cheney, the father of Blue Ridge Paintball, he comes around and he's like, hey, like I want to have a club where everybody meets together because again, going to the field when it's just you sucks. And it's everything Roadies wanted to do. And it was him doing all the heavy lifting as far as like websites, sign ups and the backlog. And this was again, I want to say 2020, 2021. In the first accession attempt, there's like 6 people signed up. We did not do it right. We shot ourselves in the foot. And then we waited a couple months. We packaged everything. And next thing you know, we get, 70, 80, 90, even up to 100 people a session come out. And it's just an amazing thing. It's because it makes paintball fun again. Like, you can play 50 points of X ball, but did you have a good day? Did you made a cool few moves? But like, what's the point if you're not having fun?
Yeah. Yeah. I think mechanical it's just fun, right? Like it's just a little bit more funner, a little bit more relaxed. You guys get like, in a fun way, goofy with it. You get Wreckball Randy out there. You get guys wearing old Renegade pads. It's just a good time. So outside of, go ahead.
No, by all means, after you, King.
Outside of winning the ICPL, what's been one of like the funnest memories or things you've done with paintball?
Well, that's a good question. Shout out to Jason again. I know he dude, his ears got to be turning red right now. Everybody's talking about him so well. But me, him, and another like really good player, his name's Nick Doss, former Sabre Wolves, plays with us right now. He's rehabbing from a little injury. We all went and played Fold a Gap. The fact that more people aren't playing these big games is a shame. Big games are so damn fun. And like a couple months later, we go play Bones and Ashes. Again, the Carolinas have an amazing big game scene, and I'm really excited. At the end of the month, we're going to play Red versus Blue with Jim Rat and Blue, the photographer. Like,
nice.
It's so easy just to go play a big game, and you can just like take your brain out for a bit, and then just inject all the fun, and just not have to think about anything.
Yeah. And for those that want to go and play Red vs. Blue after hearing this, Palmetto Hills, you can go to their website, sign up. It's a one-day event,
to do it now.
Great. Yes.
Yeah.
So, sign up now because you'll save some dollars, which you can put into paint and maybe beer.
Yeah. Definitely do all the beer after this month. We're doing dry January just to lose all that holiday puff. Because I mean, from Thanksgiving to Christmas, it's rough.
So, yeah, it's a little rough. But no, I'm with you. I'm doing dry January as well, and I'm using Red vs. Blue as my end date.
I mean, what better date? Yes. So you're going to be there because you're a Carolina native, right? Yeah. About the alumnus of Wingate, right? Go Dogs, go Bulldogs.
Yeah, man, you did your research, huh?
Yeah. At the end of the show, stick around. I'll give out a social security number.
It's good that you know it because I don't. I'll be calling you next time I'm at the doctor.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the alma mater. So how'd you find that out?
Dude, I've got like a stack of like this big.
Yeah.
No, it's not. No. No. It's like Nardwar. It's like you're playing at Paintball Podcast. We got to know these things. And like, while we got this like solid moment, subscribe, follow him on social media, you dorks. Get his numbers up. He's almost at 2,000. If we get him to 2,000, and this is the most liked or most viewed podcast by the end of January, we'll give one lucky person a hat. We'll give them a hat of their choice.
Nice. And
but we got to get him to 2K. Get him to 2K.
Get me to 2K on Instagram. Is that what we're gonna go for?
Yeah. And that's it. It's Instagram. It's my go-to.
Mark this one so it becomes a clip. I will. I'll throw in some shirts. So there we go. You got a nice little price package here. So hopefully we don't roll a Russian bot.
God.
If we do, we'll reroll.
Yeah.
But speaking of prizes, that's a decent transition to talk about you guys taking over the Blue Ridge Paintball Club, rebranding it. So how did that come about?
So, like I said, Dave Cheney was the father, the brains, the heart behind Blue Ridge. Dave Cheney is an amazing man. He's also the same guy that's hooking up a lot of these pro teams with their New Balance deals. So Greenspan isn't wearing New Balance just because he's old, but because Dave Cheney came through and hooked him up. Which, that said, New Balance is pretty cool. Like, it's the best cleats. The Freeze cleats, elite tier stuff. So as much as I just gave him a hard time, they're really good cleats. But so he comes through and just creates the backbone of it all. Then a gentleman by the name of Mark Graham actually got me in contact with Dave. And just from the jump, I'm like, this is an amazing thing. So, like, I latched on immediately. I have a semi-decent platform to boost those posts, to share, bully people to coming out and having fun. And then just naturally, if it's paintball in the South, Hanson just kind of comes out and it's just like, sup, boys? Let's see what kind of magic we can make. And so now Hanson is the commander-in-chief. The rebrand is R&R. Stick around to the end of the video and I'll tell you what R&R stands for. But it could be Wreckball Randy, who knows? It's not though. And so now with his leadership, we're kind of going into that just brave new unknown world. It's going to be the same great prizes. I can confidently say without giving out too many spoilers, it's bigger prizes than we've ever done. And that being said, we gave away 3 guns along with like multiple flexes and other gear this last December at our toy drive. And that was, we gave away a Tip-X pistol, Stormer, a fully pimped out Inception design 3M. Just gave it away. And because like, the club doesn't make money. It was never meant to make money. So whatever people put in, we immediately just put it all right back out into these prizes. You win one time, your membership essentially paid for it. I mean, you're covering your entry. You already get a discount on paint. So it's like, hey, why not do it? So yeah, R&R 2026 or
2026. You got it right.
Yeah, I can't believe time. Like, ain't shit been right since they shot that gorilla. And like, it just feels like we're in some alternate timeline right now.
Totally agree with you. It's all Harambe's fault.
My sweet king, all right.
But yeah. So just to cover the basics of it, how much is it? How many dates are there? Because there's a spring and fall, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So in each session, so spring and fall, there'll be 4 dates, and Jason will probably hate me. I want to say it's 80, 85, but entry at a field 4 times is that much. Then you get your paint discount, and then you get a chance to win something cool. And again, the grand prize this season is nuts. I don't know how Jason is like making this magic happen. Because just from last season, I was in the red. I was upside down on the project. But I love this community so much. Why wouldn't you do it? What else am I going to spend it on? Beers? We already got our clears. That all comes and goes.
Yeah. What more do you need?
Yeah, I need John Dresser to make me, what's something stupid that I don't need? A new Proteus with chameleon frames. Now, damn it, No, John, he's a great sport. He, when I first had the Beers for Clears campaign, like I would constantly tag him because he was still with JT at the time, and he would just get all these dumb notifications. Anytime somebody liked or commented, it would just be blowing up his phone. And now, Yosh from JT, not the Dynasty Yosh, but the other one, he's in charge of it. Yeah, and he hates my guts for that exact same reason. He told me that at Dallas 2024, and what's so funny is because like he's right here telling me, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get clear plexes. And he's like standing on his tippy toes like, you SOB. And I was like, sorry, dude.
So it pays for itself, and you get the added benefit of having people to play with, like a lot of people.
Exactly. And it's like for guys that want to go play pump, and it's like, well, if I go to the field and try to play pump, with a bunch of X-Ball players are going to laugh at me. For guys that want to play MagFed or just play this alternative form of paintball, the club's perfect for that. It's because the diversity of games that we play. So it's not just elimination. Like we've changed a lot of stuff. It started introducing respawn games with objectives. That way it's just not running back and forth, but with purpose. Like I think it really got back into that roots of what it meant to be a kid when you're 10, 12 years old running in the woods at your grandparents' house and just trying to have a good time and playing make believe rules. Like it doesn't have to be, blow these other guys off the field and, just play to an end. Like just make it fun.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's a big thing at the Greenville PBC Park. The manager Ryan, shout out Ryan, created a game that we play on the Mounds field, where we got to move a object down the field, right? And you get respawns, and we do it at the end of our day of practice or whatever. And it's the most fun I have. Like,
Yeah,
I'm in there giggling like I'm 12 again and getting to, shoot the autococker for my 10 minutes at the end of practice.
exactly.
And I'm just stoked, right? So I love what you guys do because it like captures that, but you get to do it all day.
Yeah, like, did you see the balloon game where like we're running around Mario Kart style with like
Yeah.
the balloon? Yeah, and that's it. It's infinite respawns as long as that balloon doesn't pop. And so like it's hilarious. And like the photos come out so good because it's like you look at a field, it's like wonder where people are at, and you like look behind a bunker and there's like this much of a red or blue balloon sticking over the top, and like those are the memories people are gonna remember. It's like, oh, I got a 3-pack one time. It's like, sure you did, but like look at this balloon on my head, and I ran halfway across the field and like get a bunch of donuts and stuff.
Yeah. And that's the other cool thing about club days. You guys have media there. So like you're getting photos. Everyone loves photos of themselves. Stop lying. Right.
Yeah, actually, I was really bad this season. It's because it was a little bit of turnaround really quick after Dave passed it along to me, and I only had like a true media guy there the first 2 club days. It's because I need to pay them what they're worth, but like it kind of got to the point where it's like, well, do you want to buy extra prizes for the club or pay for media? And I was just like, I don't make that much money.
Uh-huh.
I got to pay them for what they're worth. So like, it wasn't as good this last fall as it will be going forward. Like we solved all that. Like it's good, and that's the thing about this. You got to learn and take your lumps, but it's all better now. So we'll have dedicated media. I'll take all the hate and anger and shaking fist at me for this past fall. Like yeah, it was on me. But also it's
Okay.
like, hey, dude, I'm a professional goober, so I yeah.
What's the event you look forward to the most throughout the year, man? Like what's the like if you only got to go to one outside of the club days, what's
Mhm.
the must go to event for you?
It's a really good one. Classic Cup in Sefner has been amazing. I've had a really good time there, but I would say it's POC. Pittsburgh is just such a cool place. The fields are amazing. That whole event's ran really well. The fields are iconic, and I want to win it so damn bad. So the boys got second in 5-man this year, and we did not do hot in 10-man at this past event. We actually did a lot better our freshman year than we did this one, and it was really rough to kind of leave there with our heads slightly hanging low. But the adjustments made at that one definitely revitalized the team and kind of brought that energy into Classic Cup. But yeah, I want to win a POC so damn bad, so bad, because it's fun and everybody remembers that one.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the World Cup of the classic community. Regardless of there actually being a classic cup, like it's who wins POC is who gets remembered for the year, you know?
And the fact that it's open, like it's so cool. It's because, like, yes, we're amateur, but at the same time, anybody can catch that smoke. Adrenaline Misfits, the AC guys, we played them in 5-man 2024, and like one of our snake guys domed Mouse in the head. It's just like just because somebody on the cross box has a better ATPA score or whatever than you, like you play there for the same reason. Like this is
Yeah.
why we go out. The gun's a great equalizer. Like let's go make something happen. And 10-man is perfect for that kind of madness.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like Tin Man, you have a shot against those upper guys, right?
Yeah.
Those pro guys, like the fields are a little bit different. You just there's something about it where like it's different than X ball, right? It's not as
Hmm.
technical, it's more field awareness, stuff like that. And just gives the guys who aren't pro a shot at beating the pros. So
Yeah, like back when Ira had the Pro DNA Open at the farm, which was again a really fun event. Him and
mhm.
Robbie Goldsmith, like they had a good thing going. I think there was a little bit of admin work that could have been improved that could kept it there. But I didn't have to run it, so I'm not throwing stones in glass houses. But you get on the box against the all A's, and it's just like, oh no, Moorhead's about to come mollywop me. Like, let me see if I can't snap off a quick shot or two. And it's like him and Monville just running down the field, and it's like, where else would you get this? Like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
walk on it in Excel field. Tom would be like, X amount of money to even get close to these nets. Go away, kid.
Well, we all did. Have you heard the news? It's only 1,500 for a bunker on the pro fields. Will we see a Roadies pro field bunker at some point? Are we gonna pass that around?
I'm going to save that money for events.
Fair
I was kind of caught off guard. And again, not throwing stones in glass houses because I don't have an event. We don't have the Roadies Classic. And if we did, it would probably get shut down immediately. But this WCPL in Tallapoosa, like, I just thought it was 1250. I'm like, shit, that's the weekend right after the ICPL event in
Mhm.
California. So, like, 1250, it's like, yeah, it's a lot. But,
Mhm.
we can make it happen with 10 plus guys. But, like, the weekend after, you just spend Airbnb, plane tickets, and an ICPL event. It's like, damn, my wallet's getting toy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough on the schedule. Obviously those two don't collaborate with each other,
Mm-mm.
but it is going to be nice. Like, what, that event's 2 hours from you? Less?
If that, yeah, exactly. It's right down the road.
Yeah. So, I with it being a home event, like, you gotta go, right? Like, essentially.
Yeah. You gotta go defend the home turf. I mean, and that's the cool thing about Roadies. It's literally everything from south of Nashville down to Atlanta. I think Timmy Roberts, who is a new addition, an amazing addition. I think he has a semi-permanent residence in Tampa. So, I mean, still 75 though. We get to claim that.
So, how did you collect all these dudes for Roadies? Like, when did the pieces start coming together? Because you got some Georgia boys, you got some Alabama boys, some Tennessee boys, definitely some Carolina boys. I see my guy
Yeah.
Acid Dad and 40 on there.
Yeah. Dude, so I honestly feel like Thanos is because like I always make the joke like I'm the worst person on the team. It's like you can look at my APPA rank and it's like D4, and like most of those points come from when I played TXL, which was many moons ago with the original Chaos line, and we went and curb stomped everybody. Again, shout out Tab for keeping that alive. Which X Ball was fun. It's just not my cup of tea. So it literally just came from meeting all the right people and coming out and playing like just weekends and just being social. I'm kind of social to a fault. That Nick Doss guy I was telling you about, like the first time he met me, he's like, I hated your guts. And I was like, why? He's like, you're too nice. And I was like, nah, man, it's just authentically me. And so playing got insane. I, meet Philip Wysong, Chris Cantrell. Those guys at the time, they were on Fight Club. And then I think Nick was also on Fight Club as well. So I kind of like leapfrogged into hanging out with them. And then there, you meet some of the Sabre Wolves guys, you meet some of the other guys, and then Blue Ridge happens and you meet a whole group of guys. And that's where I met Will and Alex, beautiful, beautiful people. And, I just kind of spread my influence among all these dudes. And I think good people naturally attract good people, and everyone that's on the Roadies line it's a golden heart, beautiful soul type of scenario. Like Hanson brought Kevin to us, Kevin Snyder, love that guy. Guys like Steven McClanahan, Garrett Fracole that play with the farm, Logan Poliza. They see me, and I played for the farm. But say before they went pro, I played a event in Sacramento with them, and then when Ira had his first Pro DNA Open, I played his amateur line with that, and then it was just like, oh yeah, that Brad guy, he's a cool dude. He loves this mech stuff, and so like they all just started coming in, and just collected them like little pieces.
Nice.
Never got a kill squad.
Now you got a kill squad. Yeah. You guys, definitely, I mean, you did it, right? You got the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the unicorn gun, man? Like, what's the one that got away?
That's a
Or do you
great
still have it?
question.
Do you have the dream marker?
You know, I do. So I would argue like it's two things. Like I love my CS3. I mean, it's nothing fancy. I bought it, got it Rihanna to say Roadies on the side because at the time I was a terrible gun whore. So I was like, if I do this, no one will want to buy this gun because it's a team that they don't even know. And so like I'll
Joke's on
lose
you.
my butt on it. Yeah, joke's on me, right? And that thing is just a tank. It just gives me no issues. But I would definitely say the Twister guys hit us up last year, and they're like, "Hey, we looked through your proposal, and you have everything it needs to be a Twister team." So through them, since they can't give us Twister CS3 bodies because we all shot CS3s anyway, they hooked us up with 3M bodies, and so we have this super sick Twister CS3 or Twister Ether 3, I should say, in a really cool anno that comes off like an old Burton Air snowboard. And it's one that the NXL would just be like, oh, you can't have yellow on a marker, but since it's ICPL, we all shoot pink paint. It has a super sick anno. The thing is amazing. Simon Stevens from Inception, like personally built them all out for us. So it's like just so many cool hands, like kind of coming in and like attributing to this one marker, and like it's deep lasered on the back cap with the Roadies logo. So I'm just stoked about that. It's neat.
And you guys got those right now, or are they coming?
But no, we have them.
Yeah. I thought
I'm
I
about to
saw
say,
photos of them.
oh yeah. No, hey, that's it. We got them at Pitt, or maybe Maryland. We got them this past year, and they're bulletproof, and it's really cool because Insane, the local, their rental markers are EMEX. And
Mhm.
so when I'll go out there and I'll shoot an EMEC, if it's X ball and they need a body, I'm still shooting mech. Like 10.5 like means nothing to me. Like I'll still snap you out with the EMEC or CS3 with a mech. I'd play it regardless, and it makes me better for that reason. But like when kids see it and they're like, "Oh, look at this pro guy with this cool jersey and his headgear and the whole gabagoo," and I'm just like, "Hey, man, this is the same thing you got. We take the guts out of this and put it in yours, and vice versa. It works the same." And so it kind of allows them to see themselves play at that level because it's really just not knowing that kind of like separates it. But when you're like, oh no, me and you were like right there, bud. And I think that's a cool thing.
Hmm. Well, and I was just talking about this with Mike from YB Media. I feel like back in the day when there were still electronics, but like people were still shooting autocockers at events. Like it was a much easier transition for people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was less scary to get into the tournament side because if you were kind of serious, you had something that could at least compete with the autococker a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I think mechanical's super important. I think if a field can, they should have EMAX as the rental fleet. Like it's just way better than the Tippmann 98 that we all grew up shooting. Not that it's a bad gun, but it hasn't been improved in the last, 30 years or so, whatever, 25. About time, right? So I like seeing different mechanical events. I like seeing different events. Like you don't have to run a beginner 3-man on airball. You can run it
Mm-hmm.
on a hyperball. You could run it on a small mounts field. You could, whatever those big damn jugs are, you could run it on those things, whatever you want to call those. And I think events like that are going to start happening, and I think they're going to do well. So hopefully.
Yeah, like this next weekend, this weekend, Insane's hosting a random draw team 3-man for pumps, and
Hmm.
like I hate like it. That is so cool, but I'm going snowboarding with my wife. It's because it's probably gonna be the only time I get to snowboard this year, and then I always miss these, and I hate it. But it's like that. It's like anybody can go get a pump. I'm pretty sure they like allow them to get borrowed. Gentleman that's hosting it, I hate that I'm blanking on his name right now. Please forgive me because he's gonna see this and be like, he forgot my name. But I haven't had the pleasure to meet him because I always miss his events. But yeah, like literally anyone can go. Pump is figured out pretty quick,
Yeah.
and then like it drops the rate of fire, it increases the rate of fun. It's like why wouldn't you do it? You don't have to play on X-Ball. They're playing on. I think they might have one game on X-Ball, but they're playing on like their mini retro field. They're playing on the hyperball. It's like that's so cool. Like make that the focus and not everybody trying to be the next insert pro player here.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun and paintball needs fun. Like at the end of the day, right? Like you spend a lot of money, you should be having some fun.
Yeah, and like I feel for these guys, especially at the top level. It's like you've dedicated decades of your life, most of them, and like they've earned their pro position, and like it's still struggle busing to get the eyes that they want. And Tom promises like, oh, we're in a decline, and oh, we're up, and oh, we're down. And it's like, hey, just make a story out of it. Like I've made the comment, it's like, dude, if the New Orleans Hurricanes had an alligator in their pits and just like really leaned into the bayou aspect and just kind of like went in like that, like give New York extreme, like I'm walking here vibe, which not everybody's from that area, but to, like just lean into where you're from. Like I'm not saying go get the furry suit that Dynasty had from '04 or whenever, but like market yourself a little better.
Yeah. Yeah. And, a little spectacle's good, right? Like
Yeah,
banana ball. Like
yeah,
those guys are still athletes, but like you go for the spectacle, right? I'm not
yeah.
saying we got to go banana ball style, but like a little bit more. Like it'd be, cool if the Hurricanes had a bunch of beads to throw out. Every time they want a point, someone runs out there and throws beads or something, or pass them around the venue. Other teams could figure it out, right?
Yeah. Which like there's enough character in each team. It's like you've got X Factor and fit, like which is Texas can sell itself 100 times over. Like it's such a great state, and like I've traveled every inch of it. I feel like I used to be a traveling fool when I had a different job, and like Texas is cool. The California teams are cool. NRG is not a thing anymore, which Virginia stinks. It's like, hey, we got a smelly beach. What are we gonna do? Um, but yeah, like there's character. I mean, aftershock guys love them. Chicago's a neat place. Just lean into where you're from. I would love to see a more regional side of things, but also I'm not running it, so that's someone else's headache to do.
Well, with that being said, a new question I'm asking is if everything was wiped clean and you got to design the pro circuit, how would you design it?
4 regions, 3 to 4 teams in each region. They would play each other, kind of like what Dynasty and Shock did in Utah. I think
Okay.
that right there is an amazing format. Gives depth to teams. And again, like I hate the fact that these guys, not getting paid. Like, because at the end of the day, they're athletes. They're giving their time. They're spending time away from their wives, their kids, their significant others, and they're doing this for, air quote living. So, create like a roster with depth in it. Run them like dogs. Like bring out the true athletes. I mean, you look at Keith Brown, who's a physical freak. Like that dude, I'm pretty sure they built him in a lab if they didn't sculpt him out of marble. And same thing with like Harmon. It's like, yeah, he's a tall, lanky guy like me, but like again, he's just a freak athlete. Like you want to see that shine, which the gun skills they come into it, but like when it's like, hey, you got a minute to be on the box, maybe less, and you just play that one team. It's like imagine watching the Falcons, which sucks already, but if they had to play 6 teams in a day and you just kind of watch progressively less interesting football, like no one would watch it. So I would focus more on the storylines there. Put all the teams close in those regions and then make them inch fight and then swap it up. And I would say bring in these fields that have history and longevity, and kind of prop those up, because how cool would it be? It's like, oh, what's going on today? It's like, oh, did you hear Damage is playing, New York Extreme at Insane? It's like, oh, that's sick. Like, I'm going to get a way better spectacle than whatever a 5 or a Friday 8 o'clock game would be at any other event. They always
Yeah.
complain the grandstands are empty. It's like we'll solve it and just fix a schedule. Like again, in a perfect world, I get.
Yeah. No one's taking anything away from the league. It's just,
Yeah,
it's
no.
a thought experiment, right? So,
Yeah.
does.
Wait, again, like like I'm very blessed and fortunate to be tapped in. Kevin Fillers, I mean, he's right up the road, and so it's like maybe I can just like crawl into his bed and whisper in his ear and like flick his nose a little bit and just be like, local division, you know, who knows?
Leave notes on his car, stuff like that. Nothing that's going to get you, what are those called? Restraining orders?
I mean, he'd have to figure out who's giving him a hard time for any of that. And that's kind of like the fun thing about Roadies is it does give like this slightest, briefest bit of aminosity.
Yeah.
Well, big word, 3 syllable word. Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. But like, it's kind of like gives me like more of an image to like go out there and kind of chirp these guys or just provide information, like a different point of view versus like, hi, I'm Brad. They're like, yeah, we don't care, kid. Go away. I'm like, who are you? But I've got like this small following with the Roadies page, which I'm absolutely blessed to have. It carries a little more weight.
So speaking of like, kind of having like a character, right? How'd you come up with the little roadies guy, the cartoon guy?
Basically satire. I think this is parody wall. It just 100% ripped it off the Budman from all like the 1980s Bud commercials and like stickers and stuff. Like it's such a good character, and the fact that they kind of went away with it, and I guess we got the 2025, 26 version with Shane Gillis, who is about as close to that character as we can get in real life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it was just like I like that guy. It's underutilized. I'm gonna take it, and I just that really well. I don't use them as much as I'd love to. Some of the guys are permanently sober on the team, and so I really respect that with them. And I realize that like, hey, some of the demographic really loves this, but also some of the demographic wish we could go a slightly different way. And like that's why we kind of like run with this brilliantly unique, never copied or ripped off design with you got two letters and like these kind of points right here. I don't know where that came from, but I use that for a lot more mostly.
Yeah. Well, probably easier to stitch on stuff.
Yeah.
Jesus. Anyways, so what's the future hold for roadies as a team, I guess?
So as a team, we're just going to go back and give it hell in this ICPL season. The idea of going pro, I think it's absolutely earned. If there's a scenario where, we just go out and start dominating everybody, all right, next step up, that's great. But I think what's kind of taken away the shine is there's a lot of good teams in the amateur 10-man scene.
Mm-hmm.
And they absolutely deserve their flowers, their roses. And so I think it's a lot more of just competing there and fighting for the top. So 2024, I think we finished third in the series, and this past year we finished fourth. But there's so many fantastic teams like right there with us. Like this past event, it could have been literally anyone holding up this belt, but instead it's us just because we're better than you guys. You got to get one of these. You know, it's a like guys like Dark Carnival. That's an amazing team, and me personally, I think they should allow as many pros as they want to be in the pro ICPL teams.
Yes.
That was really cool going in, seeing like Infamous. Like Infamous was a awesome pro 10-man team, and they're like, no, only 3 pros or 4 pros or whatever it is. But like, it was cool to see these guys that like I don't want to say idolize because that's weird, but like look up to for their skill, like go out there and play something that's not an inflatable bunker because you get to see where that paintball IQ shines, where you know the backfields are a little different or the field positioning's a little different, and it's like kind of going back to what I said, it's the talent shines through. And I would like to see that. And so to want that and then say that we should be at that level, I think we need to be working towards a lot more than just like kind of jumping in there with everybody else.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. If it's pro, they should let as many pros be on a pro team as possible because
Hmm.
I would have loved to see Houston Heat in their prime all go and play and just see how they stack up, right?
Yeah. Well, that group of that Dynasty put in, I think it was 2018. Granted, they had a couple old heads come through, which is great. It's because those old heads know these fields a lot better. They're like, oh, you can get to this bunker off rate, but it's absolutely dog duty, and you're going to get shot in the face going there. So there's that wisdom that comes with it, and that's kind of like another thing that works for us as a 10-man team is there's so many of these guys that have played 10-man growing up, like when it was first blossoming, and like I defer to them for all the information. So like, yes, I am the team owner, what have you, but like I'm not the field captain. I defer that to Philip Weissong, Stephen McClanahan, Brian McDaniel. He's an older guy who just has infinite amount of wisdom. And like I realize I'm relatively new to the scene. I'm a nobody when it comes to the paintball world. And so like you just gotta defer. Like you like too many people want to put their ego here to be like player, Dorito one player, coach, team owner, blah. No, screw that. Like I'll ride the pine if that means we get, a trophy. Like I don't care.
Yeah. Well, and that's a good mentality. Preach that a lot. Like, do what's best for the team at the end of the day. Um, and I think a lot of people do have the problem with like, I want to be the captain. I want to, use your
It's
resources around you.
miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can put together a team, like you said, like where you're the worst player, you've done pretty well, right? Like,
Yeah.
can't complain then. That's always my goal when I make a team is like, who can I get that's better than me and put it on this
Yeah.
thing.
And that's it too. The guys, like, I cannot thank them enough for their patience, their time, their dedication. It's because, like, yeah, I don't have, like, I'm no, spring chicken. I'm fairly decent, but like they're trusting me to like put our best foot forward and make certain decisions. Like, yeah, there's been guys that have offered to foot the bill for events, but they're not necessarily the best person to have in the team mix. Where it's like, hey, there's this guy that's the lights out all star, might shoot two people off break, but we have a bad game and he goes in the pits ready to rip heads and dog talk to somebody. It's like, what's the point? Like, out of here. And so I really do appreciate them for their trust in me and deciding like, hey, we should keep this guy around. Like, I think a really good example of like faith is Alex Hund, who as Acid Dad. He kind of came into the Roadies camp as my friend. I was like, hey, I think we can really develop this guy. He's a lights out player. The first Blue Ridge, he snaps Eric Dearman, who's number one stunner legend,
Yeah.
snapped him out, and I was just like, that was awesome. And like, I just continuously see this like raw talent in him, but he's unproven. A lot of the older guys like, I don't know. And I'm like, just trust me, just see what I see. And now he's like one of our number one back players, and he's like a tick inside of a tick inside of a tick. You're not getting rid of him unless you literally bring all 10 guys to get him at once. And it just takes time and development. And like, that's the beautiful thing about the Roadies camp is like, I'm going to give you that time to prove yourself. And he absolutely did.
So are the roadies getting together and practicing before events?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And it's so funny. There's one Carolina guy you might know, Zach Booyah. I love him to death.
Mm-hmm.
I have them on permanent lease from the Jungle Lizards, and same thing with Alex Hicks, another lizard. Where when I first talked to them about like getting the lizards together to practice, and they're like, "Oh, dude, there's no 10-man practice. What are you talking about?" And it was just like, hey, like even just getting the dudes together. I mean, if I can get 8, that's a good day because not everybody lives immediately close. So I get it, and we all have lives and jobs. But yeah, we absolutely practice. We work on things. We mix up, positions. It's like, hey, let's try so and so as a one. Bring this guy back. Let him delay. And so we do have those individual practice days, but we have something that not too many people have, which is Blue Ridge, which, yes, Blue Ridge is a fun day. And I do not intend to stack the box with a pure roadies line, but it allows them a level of competition that you wouldn't get at a normal recreational day. It's because Blue Ridge will have some of these, pro 10-man guys, the dudes from Adrenaline. They're absolute monsters. Even the older guys like Emmanuel and Craig, they're mature, no kids anymore. But like they'll come out and like playing against someone like that, it makes you better. Blue Ridge is accepting and great for everybody, or R&R as I should say now. But you can learn a thing or two, and that's the cool thing. It's like you'll go run a point, and it's like if you're like, hey, let me talk to you about like what could I've done or what did you see, and then you've got 10 people on the side ready to get on the box that are watching exactly what you did, and they can be like, oh, dude, it's a great move, but like look inside next time. Using all those different tools to improve, and we're very blessed to have that going for us.
Yeah, that's a huge blessing, and then insane, just a top-notch facility, Canada.
Yeah, yeah, Jared, he's awesome. I've been very fortunate to befriend him. Same thing with Eric Evans, who's his number one guy. He's right there helping with everything. Eric's done phenomenal things for the Roadies camp, and having them as old Saber Wolves guys kind of like nurture um, our growth a bit and kind of give me a few pointers. It's not like Jared's not giving me free paint or anything, but like you can at least be like, yo, hey, come practice. It will work something out. But yeah, like they've seen it all, done it all, and I've been so happy to been there. I'll promote the hell out of Insane. Follow them on Instagram too. Blow up their socials. But first, before you do that, Planet Podcast on Instagram or Planet Paintball Podcast. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. 2000, make it happen.
We're only like 400 away, I think. So we can do
Oh,
this.
we're going to get it like by the end of January. I want to see dummy numbers. Make it happen, people. It's literally a button. You can't click a button. This is what we're going to click. Click a button, stupid. You can? Like, what are you doing with yourself? You claim to have a 9 to 5, but you can't hit subscribe. Get out of here. We're
And like the
bullying people
YouTube if you're over
2026.
there too.
And subscribe. Turn on those notifications,
Yes.
you dork.
Yeah. Help us out. Come on. I need to go and talk to some
please.
sponsors here at the end of the month.
Please. Yeah. Oh, sponsor. So, like, again, so one more time for the sponsors. The field out in Colorado. What was that?
Southwest Paintball in Bayfield, Colorado. Oh, John's doing the Lord's work out there. And then we got 1023 for all your apparel needs.
Yeah, they're doing great things down there in the Jasper area, right?
Yep.
They're down there.
Yep.
Japs, I didn't want to assume.
No, it's directly linked to Bear Ridge.
Yeah. I was about to say I'm like 99% sure that's Josh and gang, but again, a really cool dude. I've got to make it more down there, but the more time I go there, it's kind of like my guma, my side piece. Insane's my main girl. I got to keep her happy.
It can't spend too much time away from home.
She'll start calling me late at night and just be like, "You weren't at the field Sunday. Where you been, baby?" And she's just like, I'm getting around. Don't worry about it.
Get out of my Kool-Aid. Well, man, I mean, we're almost there. What's been the funnest thing you guys have done at Blue Ridge or at the R days? What's like the funnest game that you've really enjoyed?
So the Paintball Club, formerly known as Blue Ridge, good little Prince reference there for all my musically inclined individuals. It has to be the introduction of these reinsertion games. So like the balloon game, having the whole Mario Kart balloon over your head, that's been so amazing. This past Christmas, I introduced like a candy cane grab. So I had the refs go hide like these giant yard ornament candy canes along their, they have a castle field, which is like a woods mound hybrid castle. So like having both teams like trying to like go back and like yeet these giant candy canes back and forth, and like it's a madhouse, just paint whizzing. I think it was close to like 25-25, not 30 on 30. So we have not necessarily a big game, but a small medium sized game, and I'm just trying to recapture a recreational paintball nostalgia that I got at Nitro Paintball that used to be, close to Atlanta. Mario ran a great facility out there.
Yeah.
And I think one of the best things he did, besides just love the players wholeheartedly, is they had a beautiful not mechanical, but a recreational scene. And like, I'm just chasing that high. And I think we're getting a resurgence with that at Insane. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. If you want any part of that R&R Paintball,
sign up now. R&R Paintball. Is there a .com yet or?
No, yeah, there's a .com. Like
Okay.
Jason did everything right. Like he literally and that's it. It's Jason. Like I am from the shadows. I think he's calling me like his fun commissioner or something like that. Which I'll say, as soon as I try to get out, they bring me back in. But yeah, it's great things going on. He's done amazing work. So definitely look forward to that.
Yeah. So go to R&R, sign up. You're gonna have a good time. You're gonna get a prize.
Yeah, that's it. 99% of the people leave with something. If it's a new flexes, new pads, new packs, markers. For the longest time, we were giving away an EMEC every single one. If we weren't giving away an EMEC, we were giving away like a Stormer and a Tipex pistol and like multiple guns. And it's just like everybody wins. It's amazing stuff. So I'm really stoked to see what additional things that Jason has in store.
What's been one of the people you've met from paintball that you treasure the most?
Oh, that's a really good question, because I know Jason wants to be like me, and like again, he was an amazing person. The type of character he was. I got let go from a job in 2022 that I'd been with for a while, and it was kind of like blindsided. And like he immediately was like, "You need me to take care of you," and it was just like that. Like is very special. Doss, who I mentioned. He was in my wedding, and that's one of these things where like I've only known these guys for a short amount of time. Philip Weissong, I think, is an amazing individual. I really, really look to him as a spiritual mentor, because I think at this age, and especially in this time, like where a lot of people don't necessarily express faith and belief, he does it in such a natural and genuine way that it makes me proud to be a Christian and like just look up to him and like see how he's living. So it's like, yes, I don't live the best life. I get it. But it's kind of nice to have that guidance there. And I mean, I could just go down the roster. There's so many people that I've been infinitely blessed. I mean, even now, like I've just made a new family member in you. And I mean, I know that you have a long list of educating as well for talking about former employment.
Yeah.
I told you I'll let you, but I won't leak too many things. But yeah, no, just like literally, like all these guys, it's a blessing to know them all.
What do you think about paintball that bonds people so quick?
So I love this one. So I was not first string quarterback.
Mhm.
In fact, I was so bad they made me play tight end, and I was really bad at that. And I played defensive end, and I was really bad at that. And I played second string defensive end. And so it was something where it's like, we kind of go on the fringe side of things. Like everybody in paintball, we weren't hitting home runs in college. We kind of attached ourselves to this fringe, like secondhand sport. So like being slightly different there, like we already have something in common. And like we're holding on to that childhood nostalgia of like where it's kind of like cops and robbers, and it's like everybody has that um extent to have fun. And granted, like there are those that have, made a professional lifestyle out of it. Again, kind of going back to the Keith Browns, where it's like that dude could have been first string anything. That guy's a monster. I'm not gonna stop glazing him, but it's just a good example. And there's tons of athletes out there like himself, and again, Tyler Harmon, he's a little genetic freak. I don't know what lab they grew him in, but it's great. Um,
The
but
aliens
yeah,
brought
it's just one
him.
of these. Yeah, he dropped him down. I mean, as a fellow mustachioed brother, I just have to hype him up. He's got to work on a few of those. I think he should go back to the all blonde. But yeah, it's just like we all kind of attach ourselves to like this like alternative kind of angsty teen side, and like we just grew up, kind of being on the edge a little bit, and it's that whole games, dirt bikes, skateboarding side of life that like I think we all initially enjoyed, and like having that in common already, where it's just natural in all of us. And so I think just being genuine and not trying to be anything you're not is a great door opener. And here we are.
Yeah. That's a really good answer. I'm gonna have to retire that question for a little bit, man. That's a good answer.
Boom!
Mic
Get
drop.
dunked on, Thort.
So outside of your clears, what's your favorite? Something you gotta have when you play paintball? Like,
Uh,
what's that little thing in the gear bag?
that's a good question. Definitely batteries. Even though we should all have our stuff charged, we never charge it. I've got to have my Emex. I've got at least anytime I go to the field or event, I've got 3 Emex in my bag, because it always like someone's going to need a gun, and where like I'm going to be shooting my CS3, I'm going to let them borrow an Emex, because that's the great thing. They just work.
Yeah.
Like you can't mess it up. Like, dude, remember like you go on PB Nation and someone's like, if I tune it like this and if I tweak here, you're not gonna know better than the people that made the gun. Stupid. Just take it
Yeah.
straight out of the box, and that's what the EMEC does best. Is it just works. And someone's like, oh, cool. Where can I get one of these? I was like, you give that man in the store $300 and he's gonna give you one, and it's the best thing you need. So definitely one of those. An adult beverage, if you're in the know to know that. You're going to have one of those, and that's another reason why I play 10-man and not X-Ball anymore. It's because in between a 10-man point, I can enjoy a nice cold High Life or, banquet or something like that. You try to do that on X-Ball, you're throwing your guts up in the snake.
It's a little rough. Can be done, but it's rough.
One time for all those built different.
Yeah, wouldn't recommend for most, but it can be done. Might not get you a win. But but it can be done. Well, man, we just cruised past an hour, so kind of where I like to keep them. But shout out all the
I mean, I can't be your
sponsors and
favorite
stuff. I mean, you're
Yeah,
up there,
definitely.
you're up there.
One time, yeah. Well, one time for the sponsors. If you don't already know, I know you had them on. Paintball.com. It's Alex Hicks. Go give that man money, because whoever's going to love you more than I will is definitely him. That ginger, beautiful man. Like he's a wonderful individual. I'm so glad to have him in our camp finally. He's like my fifth Infinity Stone I got to put into the gauntlet. He's great. Wysong Tree Services, that's Phillips bread and butter. If you ever need a tree cut in the Northwest Georgia / Tennessee / whatever area, he's going to take care of you. Twister, if you want us to say good things about you for 2026, we're going to have to renegotiate that contract because they sent it over. And come on, we need more. I want this to be clipped. Come on, guys. Austin and T2, let's renegotiate because I think we can do better because the boys love you. You just got to prove it to his dad. We're not a stepchild. We're full on blood now. I only say that because I haven't signed the contract yet for 2026 with them.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you leverage a new sponsorship.
That's right, because this is the podcast that has 2,000 followers by the end of January, so make it happen. Like I said, we'll throw you a hat, dealer's choice, you dork.
Anything else or anyone else?
Definitely shout out everybody that's got me here because I couldn't have done it myself. I've been incredibly blessed, and I'm just so happy to be here. I mean, thank you for your time. I know it's not easy to schedule these things, so when I saw you shoot me a DM, I'm not going to lie, I was giddy like a schoolgirl. I was like, oh, he notices me.
Super flattering.
So I definitely think, yeah. And no, it's because I really appreciate what you're doing, what Gavin's doing. So I'm not going to get on the Spick and Span show. Spick is not hitting me up, and be like, hey, will you come on? And I was like, no. So it's like you're giving guys like myself a voice. Gavin's giving us a voice. And it's a beautiful thing because I think it's this level of paintball. I don't want to say influencer, but group of like-minded individuals that I love these guys. I like knowing what's going on in their lives. And so it's a really neat thing that to have this platform where you give us a chance to talk. So thank you. Definitely blessed to have you here.
Thank you, sir. And with that, we will say goodbye to everyone, and we'll see you next time on the Planet Paintball Podcast. Just hang out with me for a second.
Thanks for tuning in to the Planet Paintball Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Whether you're out there grinding in the divisional pits or chasing dreams on the pro stage, remember, it's all about the passion, the hustle, and the love for the sport. Until next time, keep grinding, keep growing, and we'll see you back here on the Planet Paintball Podcast